Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Spring Convocation 2006. Would you please join our vocalist, Quinn Hagel, in the singing of O Canada and remain standing for the invocation.
Let us pray. Spirit of wisdom, as we gather here today to celebrate the academic achievements of the graduates of the College of Arts and Science, let us give thanks for the gift of this day. This day is a day like no other, a day of promise, of potential, of opportunity, a day of true celebration. We are done. There are great achievements that we have accomplished. We take time today to consider them. We examine them. This is the true final exam. And as we examine the accomplishments we have been working at these past years, we also look upon the years of our lives and all the gifts that we have been given. Let us give thanks for the gift of life and the gift of freedom. We give thanks for our greatest gift, those who have supported us through our lives, our families and friends who encouraged us, believed in us, and were there for us in times of need. We give all of them our love and gratitude, those who join us here today and those who couldn't be here but are present in our hearts. We give thanks to our professors who have guided us, challenged us, and made a true impact on our lives. We give thanks for our university, a unique center of higher learning. We have been blessed with the opportunity to study at university and today receive our degrees. As so many in this world struggle for the basic necessities of life, give us courage to emerge as leaders in our global village, to see past our needs to the needs of others and the common good. And we give thanks for the promise of the future. We ask for guidance as we move on to new projects, new positions, and new dreams. Give us courage and strength to discern what our path will be and guide the decisions we will make in the future. God, help us in the quest for employment and in our new experiences and journeys with new jobs, new travels, and new educational opportunities. For all these we give thanks. And we ask for help in our human condition to realize the potential for greatness we all have, each of us in our own unique way. God be with us today and always. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning, graduates and distinguished guests. My name is Lee Pennock. I'm the University Secretary, and I have the honor of introducing the members of the colorful platform party that you see before you. Beginning then in the front row at my far left, your right, Jim Basinger, Associate Dean of Science in the College of Arts and Science. Tom Wishart, Dean of Graduate Studies and Research and Associate Vice President of Research. Peter Stoichev, Associate Dean of Humanities and Fine Arts, College of Arts and Science. Joanne Dillon, Dean of the College of Arts and Science. Lawrence Martz, Associate Dean of Social Sciences, College of Arts and Science. Tom Deutscher, Dean of St. Thomas More College. Heather Magatu, Vice President, University Advancement. Michael Atkinson, Provost and Vice President Academic. Peter McKinnon, our President. Tom Malloy, our Chancellor. Nick Semenoff, recipient of the Honorary Doctor of Letters degree this morning. Larry Folk, recipient of the Earned Doctor of Science degree. Richard Florazone, Vice President, Finance and Resources. Stephen Franklin, Vice President, Research. Laura Wasakase, our Elder. Michael McLean, University Chaplain. Joy Crawford, University Alumni Association President. And Kelly McInnes, Director of Academic Services and Financial Assistance and Registrar. In the second row, Tom Steele, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Affairs for the College of Arts and Science. Tammy Marsh, Assistant Dean of St. Thomas More College. Jim Hendry, recipient of the Distinguished Researcher Award. Francois Messier, recipient of the Outreach and Public Service Award. George Smith, President of St. Thomas More College. Kevin Ogilvie, President of the Lutheran Theological Seminary. Bernie Urlink, Associate Dean of Science, College of Medicine. Vicki Williamson, Dean of the University Library. Rick Bunt, Associate Vice President, Information and Communications Technology. Barb Daigle, Associate Vice President of Human Resources. Lily Krause, Member of our Senate. Laurel Krause, Member of Senate. Phyllis James, Member of Senate. Judy Bazowetsky, a member of our Board of Governors. Gary Carlson, member of the Board of Governors. Joan White, the University of Saskatchewan liaison with the Department of Advanced Education and Employment. Evan Cole, president of the University of Saskatchewan Students' Union. And behind them, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty and administrators and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work that they've done in supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates.
Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Nick Semenoff, who will be awarded the Honorary Doctor of Letters degree. Nick, please stand up. Thank you. Nick Semenoff was born and educated in Saskatchewan and is an outstanding researcher, artist, teacher, and inventor. Nick Semenoff taught at the University of Saskatchewan in the Extension Division for many years before retiring in 1990 and has been artist in residence in the Department of Art and Art History since 1992. His cutting-edge original research into safer printmaking processes has placed the University of Saskatchewan in the forefront of non-toxic printmaking research and education. Nick Semenoff has invented a number of printmaking processes, in particular the waterless lithographic process, high-resolution screen printing, and specialized inks, which have made major contributions to his discipline. Printmaking is both safer and less expensive using the techniques and materials he developed. Considered revolutionary, Nick's work has generated considerable interest in the international printmaking community, and he has been regularly invited to present the results of his research at academic conferences and workshops. He has been invited to conduct workshops at universities, art centers, professional printmaking studios, and academic conferences in Hong Kong, Japan, and the United States, as well as in Canada. In 2004, the Japanese government invited him to give a series of talks and workshops throughout Japan for 3 weeks. An exceptional and generous educator, Nick Seminoff is sought out by students and proponents of printmaking who wish to benefit from his new and innovative ways of working with print, and to be guided and inspired by his energetic instruction, critiques, and passion for the medium. He has published his research findings in such refereed academic journals as Leonardo, Journal of the International Society of Arts and Sciences and Technology, and the British journal Printmaking Today. And he maintains a popular website where papers on his most recent discoveries and processes are posted. His papers have been translated into Japanese, Spanish, Italian, and Romanian. Amongst the numerous awards and honors that he has received, the Lifetime Award for Excellence in the Arts from the Saskatchewan Arts Board and being included in the University of Toronto's Canadian Who's Who are the most prestigious. Nick Seminoff is known and respected as a local artist and has long been active in and supportive of the provincial artistic community, which in turn speaks highly of the quality of his work and his unselfish sharing of his achievements. He was a founding member of the Saskatchewan Society of Artists and served as its president in 1962. He was a founding member of Gallery 9 in Saskatoon and has been a board member of the Mendel Art Gallery. He served as Associate Director of the Fine Arts Committee of the Saskatoon Industrial Exhibition for a number of years. Nick Seminoff's innovations in all areas of printmaking, lithography, silkscreen, and intaglio, are exceptional, and his tireless and outstanding work as a researcher and educator are truly worthy of significant recognition. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Nick Seminoff and ask that you confer on him an honorary Doctor of Letters degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, with the consent of the University Senate, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa and invest you with all of the rights, powers, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Chancellor Malloy, President McKinnon, university faculty, graduates, and honored guests. First, I offer my thanks to the university for this grace and unexpected honor. Today is a very important day for all the graduates in the auditorium, and it certainly is a special day for me. This degree confers my life's work, my quest to learn and to grow. I stand before you today, the product of personal journey and questioning and professional development. It is a journey that I strongly believe has no end, no point in which you can say, I have finished. It is also a path that I recommend to all of you. To the graduating students, congratulations on your hard work, culminating in degrees you will receive today. When you look back, you'll see that the years you spent at this campus as having been some of the most formative years of your life. The university has taught you how to learn, how to reason, and the thrill of exploring new ideas. These skills are some of the most vital assets for your future. At this exciting point in your life, may I offer a humble suggestion? Don't let these skills stagnate. You must continue the lifelong process of learning, and more importantly, to explore new, exciting ideas and opportunities outside of your own profession. You are just starting your true life education, and the desire to learn and to grow is a very valuable human trait. My educational path is much different than yours. While I did not have the privilege of obtaining a fine arts degree, I was very fortunate to have studied art and been mentored by Dr. George Swinton. Besides helping me understand the composition of the great masters, he instilled the idea there was no rigid rules in art, and we were free to create. We were to analyze everything and take nothing for granted. While it was not fashionable at that time, he showed me how to think outside the box, well before it became popular buzzwords at training seminars. I first learned lithography as a graphic designer in a local printing plant. We worked on metal plates, but the fact that lithography was invented by printing on stone was what really sparked my interest in this media. Much what I learned in those days became the basis of my work in waterless lithography. Although there is a commercial lithographic process, it does not allow the artist the freedom that stone and plates have given them. My process is different and offers to the artist an inexpensive, simpler, and safer method to produce fine art prints. My life experience have given me the skills and knowledge that have brought me here today. I have devoted most of my life to the visual arts as a painter and printmaker. But I must emphasize that it is my interest in science that has made it possible for me to accomplish this task. My curiosity in many of the sciences and technology may have decreased my output in art, but it has been an essential part of my continuing education. It has been an enormous asset to my career. Many years ago, I read the keynote address given by author, playwright, and actor Sir Peter Ustinov. He asked the audience to consider what might be the artist's role in society. As artists, we must include visual painters, writers, musicians, and actors, all of these whom society would consider to be creative individuals. I would like to ask the same question of you at the same time. He asked the audience to think of any period in history and then asked, what is the image that comes to your mind? It could be anything, but likely something like the music of Bach, the social insights of Shakespeare's plays, and the vision of the paintings of masters like Leonardo. Even today, Da Vinci's work inspires popular fiction and the admiration of modern engineers and the acknowledgement of his genius. We acknowledge the artist, but do we really know who was the leader of the country during that time, or who was the Minister of War or Finance? To me, art speaks of the human condition. It is the power of the arts that help to shape the world around us, to better understand what is noble or evil in the human nature. Is it the artist's role to make insightful statements, or to just be a hazy mirror to society? And does the society use the arts for entertainment, or as a cultural statement that makes us question of what life is all about? While you may not know the contribution of visual artists of the 60s, songwriters such as McLennan and McCartney, Simon and Garfunkel, and Joni Mitchell had a profound impact on their generation. Their music changed the social perception of their audience, and these in turn changed society. In my youth, like many young people, I thought I was going to change the world. As life went on, I realized the challenge was to keep the world from changing me. When I was 25, I thought I knew all there is about art. Today, I really am not so sure. These are the issues that I ponder to this day. On my trips to Hong Kong and Japan, I could not help but notice the influence of Western culture in these countries. Western-style clothes being worn instead of customary dress. Music and other activities showed me that the very thin veneer of Western civilization that covers all the different cultures that so much want to survive. We have used the internet and television to influence throughout the world. We certainly are part of McLuhan's global village. What really worries me is that we have become part of Huxley's Brave New World and Orwell's 1984. With the environment under attack from human pressure, it becomes very important for us to understand that impact. Artists should try to understand what is happening in the world. This is the challenge for you, to recognize the mistakes that were made and prevent more disasters. Every graduate here can contribute to improving the world situation or unwisely ignore it. Artists should do more than produce decorative works that have little to say. Our view of society must not be the hazy mirror, but one that is clean, with no distortion. To live a full life, you must have some passion in what you do. Experience helps one discover some of the excitement that life is all about. To see what is just on the other side of the mountain, to keep looking. Knowing that one's goal is to continue learning and to absorb information through experience and use that knowledge to improve society. Your future depends upon personal growth as a means of bettering yourself, cross-pollinating with new ideas, and embracing the notions of lifelong learning. Your journey begins today. Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Professor Larry Folk for the earned Doctor of Science degree. Dr. Larry C. Folk, Professor of Biology, is recommended by the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research for the award of the earned Doctor of Science degree. This is the highest earned degree offered by our convocation. A panel of his peers, augmented by solicited reviews of his record of performance by 3 national and international referees, unanimously agreed to recommend this award. Professor Folk's nomination lists 3 major fields of research: plant cell division, pioneering work on protoplasts, which provided insights into our understanding of plant cell growth and cell wall development, and then the culture of protoplasts and embryos of conifers. One of the external reviews of Dr. Folk's work noted a common thread running through these 3 fields, namely supreme technical excellence, first in the development and application of light and electron microscope techniques, and later molecular genetics to the study of plant cells and protoplasts. Larry provided the rest of the world not only with images and publications of the highest standard, but with the details of the required methods so that others could produce these images as well. Progress in science is often limited by available methodologies, and Folk's contributions were vital for the growing community of researchers in plant cell biology and plant biotechnology who were trying to exploit the opportunities afforded by protoplasts. The significance of his early work on green algae was scarcely apparent or recognized at the time. However, these papers have proven to be basic to current understanding of evolution from the algal state towards the higher plant state. And if anything, they're being cited more now than in the period immediately after they were published. Dr. Folk's work with others on protoplasts really set the stage for the huge subfield now of biotechnology. He laid the foundations by working on cell types which were very difficult to handle, and then expanded his repertoire into the relatively new and even more difficult field of research on plant protoplasts. These are cells rendered exceptionally fragile by isolation and removal of the cell wall. He quite simply made this field his own, and his papers on this topic stand out in comparison to others in the field for their excellence, founded primarily on his ability to produce superb micrographs. His work on protoplasts had immediate impact. All of those who were embarking on protoplast biotechnology were given both a new standard and a means by which to achieve comparable results. Single-handedly, he gave what has subsequently become an enormous field a flying start. Larry's work in this area has resulted in 4 patents, with additional patents pending, and the commercialization of this technology to produce large numbers of young seedlings and adult plants. Few can match Larry's career for sustained high quality, originality, and impact. For his many achievements, he has achieved the Distinguished Researcher Award and been appointed to the Rawson Chair of Biology and to the Jaroslawski Chair in Biotechnology. I note that as of June 30th this year, Larry will have matched his father's 36-year career as a professor. His father taught in the Department of Economics and Political Science. I wish to say also that throughout Larry's career and complementing his tremendous publication record, he has remained one of the most respected faculty members on our campus. Respected not just for his scientific achievements, but for his total honesty, his sincerity, and his modesty. It's a most fitting recognition of his wonderful contributions in so many ways to our university and his matching personal qualities that Larry be awarded this doctorate. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate Studies and Research, I present to you Professor Larry Folk and ask that you will confer on him the degree of the Earned Doctor of Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, with the consent of the Council of the University, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science, and I invest in you all of the powers, privileges pertaining thereto.
Ladies and gentlemen, the convocation is rich in symbolism, and that marvelous piece, Gallop by the Wind Orchestra, is a hint to me to speed up the delivery of my speech. Good morning to you all, Eminent Chancellor, Elder Wasakase, St. Thomas More, President George Smith, and Lutheran Seminary President Kevin Ogilvie, platform guests, members of the graduating class, dear friends. Welcome to Convocation 2006. This is the University of Saskatchewan's most important celebration, for it is here that we come together and recognize in a very public way the achievements of our graduates and the contributions to their success of their families and friends. This day also marks the admission of our students to the University of Saskatchewan family of graduates worldwide. I can say to you that their record of achievement is a magnificent one, and I am confident that you will uphold and enhance that record in the years to come. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to the families of the graduates who are assembled today. We're delighted to have you with us. You have shared the joys and the hardships of your graduate in his or her journey leading to the success that we mark at this time. We share your pride, and we thank you very much for being here. I'm honored to address a few words to the graduates of the College of Arts and Science. I want to congratulate you not only upon your graduation, but for your decision to undertake an undergraduate program in the natural sciences, the humanities and social sciences, and in the fine arts and music. I suspect that you will have heard from some along the way that the path you have chosen and followed is not the one that most obviously or immediately leads to employment. While a university education is not only about employment, it is usually undertaken in the hope and expectation that it will lead to better opportunities in the future. All studies that have been done suggest that this expectation is well-founded, and that an education in the arts and the sciences is the best preparation of all. Let me offer you this observation. Quote, yes, this country needs more technology graduates as they fuel the digital economy. We have an equally strong need for those with a broader background who can work in tandem with technical specialists. A liberal arts and science education nurtures skills and talents increasingly valued by modern organizations of all kinds. To prosper, we need creative thinkers who are comfortable dealing with decisions in the bigger context. They must be able to communicate, to reason, create, write, and speak. In short, they provide leadership. It's not my quotation. It's not a statement from the Canadian Association of Universities and Colleges of Canada. That's a statement signed by 30 leaders of Canadian high technology corporations, underscoring the importance of a liberal arts and science education these times and in all times. I was disturbed to read some months ago that more than a third of Canadian adults have a literacy problem to the extent that they have difficulty in communicating in writing or in speech. Think about that for a moment. What are the implications for a civil, stable society if large numbers of our fellow citizens are compromised in their ability to participate in the conversation, the dialogue, and debate that underpin democratic institutions? Literacy. Mature literacy. The art of reflective inquiry communicated to one's fellow citizens. That is the single most important attribute of a liberal education, your education. You are here just in time. We need your wisdom. We need creative, critical, informed thinkers, citizens, and policymakers. And we need to nourish and celebrate the kind of education that contributes to their formation. The humanities and social sciences, the fine arts and natural sciences are at the core of this kind of education. Illustration of the breadth and depth of liberal education is to be found in major arts and science college achievements this year. And there are so many of them. Upon reviewing them, I don't know where to begin. But let me quickly summarize so that you will have just a flavor of the range of these activities. This year, Nexon, a global energy company based in Alberta, presented 14 Aboriginal students with awards for their academic achievement and leadership abilities. Ollie Lunning, a PhD student in English, won the 30 Below Youth Award at the Lieutenant Governor's Arts Awards in Regina in November. This award recognizes new and developing artistically talented people who have earned significant recognition in their careers and who show exceptional promise. Tasha Hubbard, a master's student in English, won a prestigious Gemini Award for her documentary film Two Worlds Colliding, a National Film Board study of the investigation into the Saskatoon Police Force and its relation to Aboriginal peoples. Amira Javaria, a Pakistani journalist forced to leave her home country after being threatened on account of her opinions and writings, will spend a year at the University of Saskatchewan as part of PEN Canada's Writers in Exile program, the first placement of its kind for our university. While at the U of S, she will continue writing In the Line of Fire, her book examining the treatment of women in Pakistan. The Diefenbaker Centre Canada won the Gil Gardner Marketing Award for its creative, innovative marketing campaigns while it hosted the International Anne Frank World Exhibit. This exhibit brought in the highest attendance over the Centre's 25-year history, conveying Anne Frank's story using her own words and carefully selected photographs, and was intended to convey her message of compassion, respect, and justice.
And our university has signed an international exchange agreement with the University of Essex in Colchester, England, the first university-wide exchange with a university in the United Kingdom. Essex ranks among the top 10 universities in Great Britain in respect to both teaching and research excellence. Two-Gun Cohen, a new play by Professor Emeritus Don Kerr, tells the story of Two-Gun Cohen, who went from being a Riversdale drifter to an international bodyguard. The play is directed by Henry Wolfe, former head of the drama department, and stars a great cast of community characters. And the play was written to commemorate Riversdale's centennial and was performed in the newly renovated Roxy Theatre. The Greystone Singers, the Wind Orchestra, and the Jazz Ensemble have produced a total of 5 CDs over the past few years. Of course, producing a CD provides students with an opportunity to record in a professional environment, and it greatly enhances their performances. Professor Keith Carlson of the History Department uncovered a tragic international tale of racism, murder, and cover-up dating back to 1884, and his research resulted in the production of a new documentary film, The Lynching of Louis Sam. The Greystone Chorus was one of 2 finalists in the CBC choral competition. 5 new study abroad initiatives were started in 2006 in China, in religious studies and anthropology, in Costa Rica, in native studies, in India, religious studies and anthropology, in the Indian Himalayas, in geography, and in South Africa, in geology. And Mr. Jan Martel was appointed as a visiting scholar in the Department of English until November 2006. He is, of course, the celebrated author of Life of Pi, and he will be researching and writing his next novel. Wow, what a record. Or as the younger members of my family would say, awesome. Graduates, you have chosen well in studying in the arts and science at our university, and I congratulate you upon your choice and your success. To each of you and to all of you, I want you to know that as you cross this stage this morning, that you carry with you the very best wishes of everyone at the University of Saskatchewan. We will follow your future activities with much interest. Stay in touch with us. We're proud to be your university. Thank you very much.